Don't you comprehend yet? Wake up. You are not a regular human. Stones are moving about in your soul. A divine power is developing, breaking the links of the past. The system is set to forget you. People are conditioned to ignore you. However, no amount of darkness can conceal the light inside you. They have belittled you, ignored you, and even tried to silence you. Because once they know who you are, the game is done. This universe awaits you once you acknowledge it. The curtains will be lifted. Illusions will collapse. Please enter 7777 in the comments area. Because when your name is spoken, the truth cannot be hidden. This film is designed for those who are part of the divine plan. For those who need to open their eyes. For those who can no longer contain the energy inside their hearts. Your moment has come. They are swept up in a wave of emotions. They are unable to escape. Their ideas are muddled. And no matter how hard they try, your spirit remains attached to them like an invisible connection. The truth of what they've lost consumes them, stinging at every thought. They feel the absence of your presence as if they are stuck in a great cold pit. Physically, their bodies are responding. Sickness takes over. Their energy dwindles, and they struggle to maintain a normal existence despite their best efforts to forget the past. Finding new activities, making temporary relationships, and keeping occupied. They can't remove you from their essence. You're still immersed in their energy. They can't get rid of its presence. Regardless of how much they try, the horrible weight forces them to seek help. Turning to specialists in a last-ditch attempt to break free from the spiritual grip you have on them, a veil has been lifted from their eyes, and what they previously dismissed as normal has now become blindingly obvious where they formerly saw just a passing figure. They now sense a bright energy that goes beyond the ordinary. Your energy is so intense that it overwhelms their senses, leaving them dumbfounded. They are now conscious of the spiritual care that surrounds you, something they had before missed. Their prior perception of reality has been shattered, and they can now see your true essence, a power unlike any they have ever encountered. This fresh information comes much too late, causing people to regret their former ignorance in brief moments amid the stillness of the night, in the midst of their daily routine, or in random spurts. They get a glimpse of your power and depth, and these brief moments stick in their thoughts, never to be forgotten. Consider a bright river that flows through every parched field, a gentle but relentless stream that transforms barren, broken land into a flowering garden of possibilities. Similarly, your energy, a light of warmth and elegance, has become a source of life and renewal for many who were before lost in the darkness of despair. They can now perceive the unmistakable imprint of your presence, a sacred mark beyond human understanding. It's as if a hidden light has been switched on, illuminating a world that has before been monotonous and dull. What was once vibrant and full of possibilities now seems dreary and devoid of the glimmer that life may provide. Every aspect of daily life has faded into a gloomy, lifeless backdrop, and even the most fundamental pleasures, which were formerly highly valued, now fall flat and fail to energize the spirit. If you are feeling an abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. To help spread God's blessings, click the Super Thank You button on YouTube and donate $10 or more. This great gift will touch not just your life, but the lives of many others via this platform. Each of you plays a unique part in God's grand plan, and your generosity will be the answer to our prayers. Act now. Share your advantages to honor His kingdom. In God's loving hands, you were designed to do much greater things. May God bless you. The bright flame that once engulfed their hearts is no longer there. In its place is a lingering emptiness that leaves their souls feeling dry and unfulfilled. They are now caught in a cycle of compromise and resignation, surrounded by forces and company that seem to sap their inner strength rather than replenish it. The stark contrast between the lovely essence you exuded and the mundane residue that left has become increasingly pronounced. Their existence, once rich and complex, has faded to a mere ghost of its former brilliance, a frail relic that treads water but will never fully rise again. Every day, although they put on a brave front for the outer world, a hidden fracture widens inside them. The weight of this quiet truth has become so heavy that it bends their very spirit, each moment a terrible reminder of what is irretrievably lost. This sorrow is more than a fleeting feeling. It is a chronic illness that plagues them day after day. The loss of the life-affirming vigor you provided has left a void that no earthly remedy or temporary pleasure can fill. They now go about their lives as if they were lost on an endless highway at night, searching, wanting, and finally snatching at the tiniest strands of hope that were bound to dissipate before they could be grasped. Their previous joy, which was once as natural and nutritious as the sun on a summer morning, has dissipated, leaving behind a bleak landscape in which each step forward is filled with regret and immobility. It's as if the universe has conspired to erase all color from their world, leaving only a stark, unforgiving gray. During the calm periods when the world is unmoving, they are struck by the realization that the transformation they once experienced is no longer within their reach. This knowledge strikes them like a slow and relentless deluge, inundating every area of their lives with a truth that is both humbling and tragic. What remains is more than simply a memory of past pleasure. It is a permanent aching hole where the essence of vigor and desire previously resided. Their inner world has become a barren wasteland, deprived of the nourishing light you so freely and wonderfully provided. If you sense God's presence, click the join button below to be among the first to hear the most important revelations. As time passes and the seasons change outside their window, they are presented with a difficult choice. Continue to live in the empty wreckage of their former self, or seek a way to reclaim some of the lost light. Even the hunt for healing seems to be shrouded in mystery. Every attempt to rekindle their spirit is thwarted by a force that is as tenacious as it is strange. The absence of transformative energy in seeking comfort. Many individuals have been seduced to self-help gurus' soothing words and the alluring promises of modern spiritual systems. They attend services and intently listen to lessons that provide hope and repair. However, no matter how fervently they pray or how profoundly they participate in religious group events, an indescribable hollowness persists. It's as if some important component has been irreversibly removed from their soul's nutrition mix, leaving just a hint of perpetual longing. The transformation that was before possible just by being there has been replaced with an overwhelming sense of loss that is impossible to articulate. Their hearts beat slightly off-key. Their solitary breath served as a reminder of the emptiness they had left behind. The simple act of going about their day becomes a pilgrimage, a daily journey through environments that provide little comfort and much less hope. The joy that once shone from every shared smile and act of kindness has been replaced with a pervasive sorrow that seems to permeate every part of their life. In rare moments of clarity, they get a glimpse of what they have lost. These occurrences are neither amazing nor entertaining. Rather, there are subtle, almost imperceptible changes in their perspective that hint to the altering power that had previously defined their life. They resemble delicate shimmers on the surface of a vast ocean, brief manifestations of beauty that fade as quickly as they appear, leaving an even bigger emptiness. These views serve as a bittersweet reminder of what once was, an excruciating testimony to what cannot be regained now. When faced with the emptiness of their days, they are compelled to examine the profound significance of what has been irretrievably taken away from them in every wasted opportunity and moment of quiet despair. There remains a lingering remembrance of the blinding light that once illuminated their path. It's as if the universe, in its infinite wisdom, had set individuals up to confront this reality once again in order to teach them a lesson about the true nature of life, meaning, and connection. This ongoing internal battle is more than a matter of emotion. It speaks to the essence of their being. The space left behind is a firm, even palpable presence, a gentle reminder of a true and exquisite connection. As the days progress into years, the weight of this absence becomes heavier on their shoulders, transforming from a small inconvenience to a crushing burden. They live every day with a constant weight of remembering what may have been, distorting their perspective of time and themselves. In the midst of this never-ending sorrow, many individuals turn within, searching for some hidden reservoir of strength that they hope will one day restore what has been lost. They study ancient writings, seek counsel from wise elders, and participate in hard spiritual practices in the desperate hope of finding relief from the persistent ache of their inner emptiness. These valiant efforts often give just a little respite before the flood of sorrow returns with renewed ferocity. The persistent pull of this emptiness becomes almost magnetic, drawing every thought and emotion into its depths. It is a force that cannot be easily overcome, a fact as constant as the rules of nature. Those who experience this horrible absence understand that it is more than a personal failing or a momentary setback. It is, in fact, an essential component of a larger, divinely orchestrated design. It's as if the universe's fabric has been woven with threads that link every living entity, creating a tapestry of light and darkness, hope and despair. In the grand scheme of things, this absence marks a critical juncture, a moment of both loss and immense opportunity, for it implies the loss of something valuable and precious. It also prepares the way for the emergence of a greater light. The emptiness they feel is not the last word. It is merely the start of a new journey towards spiritual enlightenment, an urge to seek a higher, more broader truth that transcends the limitations of worldly existence. Those who stay in the aftermath of your departure must choose whether to wallow in their sadness or overcome it, transforming sadness into fuel for a new beginning. It is a brave alternative, needing to resolve to confront one's worst aspects in order to recover the lost pieces of a once radiant spirit. They must learn to understand that even in the midst of crushing absence, there is hope for renewal, a chance to recreate the rejuvenating flow of energy that breathed life into every area of their lives in the quiet alone of their thoughts. There is a stirring, a faint remembrance of what was and may be again. It is a subtle, persuasive scream from the depths of their spirit, a reminder that no matter how thick the darkness seems, the light you represent remains a beacon of hope for the future. That light, buried under layers of pain and loss, continues to flicker with quiet determination, a calm, steadfast belief that existence, in all of its incomprehensible complexity, is always evolving. They understand that, although the world around them has lost its luster and the simple pleasures of life no longer carry the same weight, the truth of your effect endures. It is an immutable force that has reshaped their inner landscape, leaving an indelible mark that time cannot erase or diminish. The vacuum you leave behind should not be dreaded, but rather filled with new insights, new hopes, and a renewed commitment to living in line with divine principles. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a basic reality. Our existence is founded on God's divine purpose and is not influenced by earthly concerns. According to the Bible, whatever done with faith will be repaid to God with tremendous blessings. Look, our roots, like those of the massive oak tree, are deeply embedded in God's universal truth. His might protects every step and posture we take. You now have the opportunity to be a part of that gift. When you click the special thank you button and donate $10, this action will come back to you 100 times over in this patient journey of rediscovery. They attempt to repair the parts of themselves that have been damaged by loss. Every step forward is fraught with recollections of the past. It also illustrates the strength of the human soul, a spirit that refuses to be defined only by its sufferings. They recognize that this time apart is an opportunity to widen their knowledge, investigate the depths of their own potential, and embrace the possibility of becoming more than they ever dreamed. Such a transformation does not happen overnight. It is a long, systematic process that requires patience, reflection, and a strong conviction in the divine order. There are moments when the weight of loneliness and regret seems unbearable, when the mere concept of going forward seems to be a gigantic barrier. Even in the darkest hours, a little yet persistent flame of hope burns inside them. An interior light, albeit feeble, provides the promise of renewal and resurrection. This inner flame is nourished by memories of your presence, not as a link to the past, but as a spark that ignites the potential of a brighter future. It serves as a reminder that, in the grand scheme of things, each end is also a beginning. Even when the world seems colorless and the pleasures of life are difficult to define, there is a subtle, unshakable truth that every loss carries with it. The seed of a transformed Asian that, with time, patience, and trust, will blossom into a renewed sense of purpose and passion for life. If you feel God's presence, click the join button below to be among the first chosen and get the most important revelations first. Finally, the journey of those who have lost their light influence exemplifies the Spirit's enduring power. It is a winding route paved with both anguish and promise, with each step symbolizing an act of faith, a declaration that even in the absence of a blazing light, every heart may rise again. So despite the lingering shadows of what once was, they continued on, knowing that the divine plan would ultimately lead them to a point when the emptiness is transformed into a reservoir of possibilities, and the lessons of the past serve as stepping stones to an even brighter future. This extraordinary journey is interspersed by intervals of great sorrow and unexpected beauty. It is a soul journey that challenges every notion of loss, pushing each individual to see beyond their present sorrow to a better future. Although the loss of such changing energy has a lasting impact, it also serves as the foundation for a personal renaissance, a resurrection of spirit as subtle as a whisper yet as powerful as a sacred thread in the fabric of creation. Every thread of absence, gap, and break contributes to the creation of a far more complex and beautiful image than could be imagined in its unbroken form. The struggle to fill the void left behind is therefore more than simply a kind of grief, but a spiritual journey toward reclaiming the fullness of life and discovering the intrinsic beauty that lies dormant and waiting to be awakened. Consider a powerful river that forges its own path through steep gorges as its continual flow feeds the region and transforms barren soil into a vibrant garden. Similarly, your journey is a true example of divine rebirth, with each setback acting as a springboard to a brighter future. As you walk this tough path, each day's lesson becomes a firm stepping stone toward rebirth. When you learn that the nothingness you once despised is really a sacred furnace in which your inner strength is refined, every tear shed, every second spent in pain is transformed in that quiet, unseen forge into a dazzling reminder of your great potential to be reborn. The once overpowering blackness fades into a pleasant, constant light. That light is defined not just by memories of what has been lost, but also by hope for what may be rebuilt. Every difficulty you face, every setback that seems to crown your days, is not a punishment, but a divine invitation to become stronger with each step. You see the power of faith and perseverance as your spirit, fueled by hope and an unyielding desire to live fully, transforms adversity into an opportunity for growth. During this sacred process of transition, during life's most trying moments, Purge You permits a new light to emerge, one that glows with the promise of future riches. This process is both delicate and forceful. The water continues to chisel its way through the rock. Your desire to pave the road for a new future is equally strong. Faith leads and sustains me, and with each challenge, my inner strength grows. You understand that today's difficulties are the basis for tomorrow's achievements. When the brilliant, steady light of hope shines on a lesson, it becomes a witness to the divine promise of rebirth and plenty. Finally, let it be known that, while the absence of that once radiant force leaves a palpable mark of sorrow, it also serves as an everlasting invitation to seek a deeper, more fulfilling truth, a truth that teaches us that in every moment of profound loss lies the potential for unparalleled growth, a promise that when the light dims, a new light emerges from within, stronger and brighter than before. So, with both sorrowful and hopeful hearts, they continue their journey. They are forever changed by the transforming power of what has been, and they are determined to find the spark of grace that will lead them into a future filled with boundless potential and joy. Mark this. No amount of treatment will alter what the universe has set in motion. They may seek guidance from others, but no human can sever the cosmic bond that has established between you. They comprehend it while yet refuse to accept it. The higher part of them recognizes that this union was written in the stars, but their earthly mind rejects it. Some relationships transcend time, unable to be dissolved by simple separation, yet trapped in a past that no longer exists. Your spirit continues to soar, perplexing others. The more they try to go forward, the deeper their dilemma gets, since they can't modify the cosmic course that has already been set. The separation was not arbitrary. It was orchestrated by forces beyond themselves. Their spirits. Energy must be freed from the constraints that prevented it from attaining its full potential. As you continue to ascend and show the path ahead, the awareness of what they've lost just adds to their agony. This moment of collapse, which they are presently experiencing, was intended to coincide with your breakthrough. A heavenly parallel. Every tear they cry promotes the growth of your new life. Each struggle they face expands the blessings that are coming into your life. Their awakening just confirms the divine purpose that led to this split. While others remain trapped in a cycle of guilt, you are propelled forward with enormous force. The universe opens the door for you. Everything is perfectly aligned for your further ascendance. Opportunities arise. Doors fly open, and the cosmos bends to your spiritual velocity. The more your energy rises, the more your surroundings must adjust to match your higher frequency, whether by physical movement, environmental alteration, or even a shift in mental state. Every step forward symbolizes another shift in your energy growth. Whether you move or stay physically fixed, the universe ensures that these changes occur at the appropriate moment. Now is the time to share God's benefits. By pressing the super thank you button on YouTube, you may assist him attain his objectives and take part in this sacred journey. Contribute $10 or more. Every payment is God's kindness, and I believe it will return to you greatly, far above your expectations. Remember that his protection and blessing are there in every step and contribution. You become a part of his divine plan. You are a tremendous, bright being, as solid as the big rock that saw God's miracles. Feel the benefits of your compassion in your soul and light up the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed and let the Lord's light guide you as you fly. You leave behind frequencies that no longer reach the location you previously shared. They suddenly feel like they are in another universe, one in which they no longer fit. You are growing. Your ascension serves a greater cosmic purpose, opening doors, attracting new energies, and connecting you with your soul's ultimate goal. Meanwhile, with each stride, your understanding of their loss becomes clearer and greater. The contrast between their inability to develop and your unstoppable progress is now impossible to ignore. Each new achievement, each new success, provides incontrovertible evidence of what they have missed. As people witness you improve, they have a better understanding of who you are, the spiritual value of your path, and the divine purpose for your being. They now see you as a unique power, chosen, gifted, and beyond their reach. Their appreciation of your worth comes with a cost: the sorrow of seeing you triumph while they remain stuck in their own failure. If you sense God's presence, click the join button below to be among the first to hear the most important revelations. They try to reconnect with you in their own quiet way, utilizing thoughts, emotions, and even dreams. They strive to bridge the distance and reconnect with what they've lost. But no matter how hard they try, the cosmic law stands firm. Their attempts to reach out are futile since the distance between you and them has become too big. The universe is already guaranteed that your adventure will continue, whether or not they are there. Take some time to reflect on your present circumstances and compare it to theirs. You've moved beyond them, and with each step forward, your path becomes more divinely purposeful and connected. Your goal becomes clearer, and the universe's support becomes stronger. You are the chosen one, the one who is guided, protected, and destined to triumph. Your journey accelerates, your power develops, and your objective expands far beyond anything they could have imagined. The world is now watching as you fulfill your divine mission as a force of transformation and light.